And I welcome you today to CSC Talk Radio. It is my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to be here with you today. You know, they might be ignorant. We've talked about that this week. They might be ignorant, but beware. They are cunning and they are calculated. It would seem that the left, the socialists, are more committed and dedicated to removing your liberty and your independence than you are about keeping it. Is that because you don't know what you have until you've lost it? Truthfully, we've already lost a lot in that respect. We don't know, or shouldn't know, or don't know what our independence and freedoms mean, what our rights are. So we allow the legislators to legislate them slowly away through the bureaucracy and through the pretense of safety and protection, etc., etc., etc. Does anybody know what musical that came from? If you do, give me a call, 877-895-5410. Kind of like the frog in the water that slowly heated. We the people have slowly allowed the career politicians, those DC occupiers, occupying offices and cutting deals with the Chamber of Commerce, deals with the multinational corporations, deals with the big bankers, deals with the labor unions. If you think the minimum wage hike is for you, the worker, the American worker, you better think again. Remember what happened in the state of California. Remember that. And if you don't, we'll talk about it later. So much news today. The hate and the rhetoric is extremely difficult to swallow day in and day out. But if you look, if you really look, you will have a revelation, profound in your awakening and understanding that you, me, we the people, are being played. The middle-class American is drowning in this nation, drowning from over legislation and drowning from taxation, from regulations, fines, permits, licenses. We're just drowning from lack of representation. They say you are no longer forgotten. The forgotten men and women, the forgotten Americans. Is that how you feel? Do you feel like all of a sudden you are number one? Just like in the book, Horton Hears a Who, that's one of my favorites. It takes all of you to make some noise, to get what you want, and to not be that forgotten American. Unlike Horton Hears a Who, the others on the land know you're here. They just don't like you. And that's right. They truly believe you are deplorable, uneducated, not elite, not fancy enough, too religious perhaps, too liberty-loving, and on, but deep down inside they know you are the ones they are in fear of. Yep, you, the essentials. Not President Donald Trump. He wouldn't be where he is if you hadn't decided to go over their heads, over the heads of these pious, pompous swamp dwellers, and elect an outsider. I said it at the beginning, they are cunning, and we're going to discuss that throughout the show as to their craziness, but yet, you know, they are cunning and calculated. And the drive to remove your liberties and keep control of we the people as they get fatter and richer. And that is my monologue for today. I hope you, etc., etc., etc. Tell me what movie that is from. 877-895-5410. Well, this was something that happened in the rally the other night with President Donald Trump. And Acosta, I don't know if any of you saw this or not, but the crowd was booing CNN and MSNBC, those mainstream medias, the liberal media groups that were there at the rally, because they always downplay the rally. They always twist things around. And so they were hollering at them and telling them they were fake media and carrying on. And Acosta said, of course, that's not true. But they saw that as a threat. And so CNN political analyst David Gershon, he said yesterday evening that blood will be on President Donald Trump's hands if there is any violence committed against mainstream media reporters. Where has the violence come from thus far? Where has the violence come from thus far? It has been the left. I don't recall, and if I'm wrong, let me know, but I do not recall in this political arena right now anybody on the conservative side going violent. The protests that began right after election and the night of inauguration were all the left destroying businesses, burning, carrying on, and all the vulgar language. Now, there is some of that from the right. I have seen some of that on Twitter. But the vulgar language that's used on The View from those women, I'm going to get in trouble for that one, and from some of the others, the things they've said about Melania, the threats from Hollywood. I wished sometimes I think about blowing up the White House. Where is that violence really coming from? It's not coming from the mainstream. It's not coming from mid-America, the middle-class American. It's not coming from the forgotten men and women, although we have every right to be upset. The blood will be on the hands of those who have told the lies, who have done the thieving and the theft from the mid-class Americans. The blood will be on their hands. They're the ones pushing. Mad Max is the one pushing for people to go at anybody who's a Trumper, but particularly the president and his family and his administration. She's calling for violence, and they're saying the blood is going to be on the president's hand should anybody, any reporter, get decked. Do you remember when Geraldo got decked? I thought it was kind of funny. He kind of I'm sorry, Geraldo, but you know, it's been a long time ago, but if I remember right, he was kind of goading somebody. He kind of deserved it. The blood will be on their hands, and it has been on their hands. It was the left that went and shot up the Republicans when they were doing a baseball practice, and it is the left that refuses to play softball for the charity. They are so full of hate, and they hate you. You, the middle-class American, the hardworking America, they hate you. You gave them President Donald Trump. You're the one who went outside the status quo, outside the elite, outside of the parties. I hear music. We're going into a break. I do want to discuss some things today. The sanctuary cities, the Hillary Clinton and Obama endorsing the Democrat Party. That's kind of interesting. Or who they're not endorsing. The Manafort trial. We already talked about MSN and the hysteria. And Kavanaugh and the Koch and labor. I want to talk about those things today. Your calls are welcome at 877-895-5410 because you're not forgotten here on CSC Talk Radio. 877-895-5410, and we will be right back. Hi, this is Beth Ann. Thank you for watching a snippet of my radio talk show here on YouTube. If you like what you heard, spread the word. Subscribe to this YouTube channel and share it. Let us hear from you. We'd love you to leave us a comment or two. To tune into the entire show, visit my website, csctalkradio.com. That's csctalkradio.com. Join us there. Join us on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. CSC Talk Radio is heard Monday through Friday, 10:06 to 11 a.m. Central Time. Plus, you can listen anytime to the podcast on my website. We have 24-hour streaming as well as apps for your smartphones. Join us and join the forces. Together, we will bring America home.